Hey, what's up, jazz pianist? Adam Maness here, and today I want to talk about locked hand and drop-2 voicings over the 2-5 of a 2-5-1. You may know about Barry Harris's 6 diminished scale that can be used on the 1 chord, say if we're in B flat, where you have the B flat major 6, and then a C diminished, and then up that 6 diminished scale, just alternating B flat 6, diminished, B flat 6, diminished. If you don't know that, go check out my video on that called Barry Harris 6 Diminished here on the Open Studio YouTube channel. But today I want to talk about the 2 and the 5 of a 2-5-1. I get asked all the time, what do you play over the 2, what do you play over the 5? So there's a really cool and simple system to play this way. I call it kind of the French sounding system because it kind of sounds a little Ravel-ish, a little Debussy-ish, but can be very cool. Okay, so if we have the 2 of a 2-5-1 in B flat, that's the C minor 7. C, E flat, G, B flat, right? Based off the Dorian scale. Now, for our locked hand voicing, this is pre-drop-2 here. We have C, E flat, G, B flat, and then we'll put that C on top. This is an octave-based voicing, right? Now we want to get the C minor 7 in all inversions in our hands first. So if we take it up to the next inversion, E flat, G, B flat, C, E flat. The next inversion, G, B flat, C, E flat, G. You see where I'm going with this. And then B flat, right? This is a 4-note chord, so there's 3 inversions from the root inversion. And then we start back over at C. It's crucial to play these voicings in these inversions as well as the scales so that you really have a solid home base of how this chord is built and how the voicings work on the strong chord tones. Super crucial. Okay, now how do we play the Dorian scale, drop-2, or with locked hands with this system in mind? All we do is move the outside notes up that scale while keeping the chord the same until it's time to go to the next inversion. Sounds complicated, is very not. So here we have the C, the root position, locked hands. Move those outside notes up to D. Keep the chord in the middle the same, E flat, G, B flat. Now we go up to E flat, that's our next inversion, right? We've already gone through these, right? Move the outside notes up to F, but keep the chord the same, right? So from the beginning, now we go up to G, that's the next inversion. Move those outside notes up, right? So each inversion has 2 possible melody notes, essentially. And then we get to that B flat. Now there's really no place to go for this for the outside notes, so we just start over at C. It's not an octatonic scale. There's only 7 notes in the scale. You could do B natural as like a passing note, but it's really not part of the scale. So again, I love to think about this starting on that F and going down, because it's really can be a very effective way to actually play this when you're comping, when you're soloing. Right? All right, now the drop-2 version, we want to keep it a system of tenths, right? So if I start on that C, we could do this B flat, E flat, G, C, right? That's going to work, but we really want to think about this more as tenths and not as like a strict, I'm taking the exact voicing from locked hands and dropping it. This is really what we want to do. A, E flat, G, C. This to me works great. Right, so our same inversions, and then we move those outside notes. Check out the PDF for both the locked hands and the drop-2 for the 2 chord. All right, the 5 chord. This is a very cool little system that you can use if you want to use the half whole scale. We have our F7, and let's say we have an altered F7 with the flat 9 and the sharp 11. It's got a 13 in it. You know, perfectly great chord to use the F half whole diminished scale. Right? You hear this all the time. Resolving to that B flat. how can we use this in our drop-2 scenario? Well, there's a very cool thing you can do where you start here, if you want to start on the 7th of F, the E flat, here in our locked hand voicing, is going to be the start of our melody, and we can move it up that diminished scale, that same diminished scale, but the chord we're using is an E flat minor 6. And then we just move those outside notes up, right? Up the scale. And then we just do those 2 notes and we transpose up a minor 3rd, right? This is the diminished scale. Right, this is not exactly in any scale. All the notes don't fit in the diminished scale. They don't fit in the altered scale. It's really a sound to build tension. And I'm telling you, it sounds amazing. Right? If you do little 2/5 things with this, it just sounds super cool. It's a great sound to get that locked hand crunch in there. And it can be used in drop-2. All right, so that's the 2 and that's the 5 of a 2/5. Check out the PDF below, hit subscribe, like the video if you liked the video, and until next time, happy practicing.